everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Meeting of the Mad Hares. We are starting a new book this week. We are starting Death at Bishop's Keep. This is Grumpy Cobalt's pick. I am joined by Grumpy Cobalt
Hello.
and Rusty Helm.
Hey,
Okay.
y'all.
Seeing fact, this is Rusty's pick. Rusty, would you like to give us a quick synopsis of the book we are diving into?
It's my book.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Did I
So
say Rusty? I'm sorry. Maybe
nah,
Grumpy.
you're that's
I'm
okay.
tired.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Amen
We
to
are
that.
still recovering post turkey haze.
It was delicious.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is the Death at Bishop's Keep. And it's actually written by Robin Page is a pseudonym of a duo, husband and wife, who write. It's actually book one in a series. Highly recommend it. And so here we are following a young lady, probably late 1800s, early 1900s, Catherine Ardelay, and she is um, as we probably read in the first three chapters, kind of not a typical woman of the time. She loves to write. She wants to make a living off of that. And this is kind of the murder mystery solving and also kind of becoming adjusted to English living up near kind of close to London area, but not quite. And so that's kind of where we start out. We actually start out in New York, where she lives, and she learns that she has a relative who wants to hire her. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do y'all think so far?
I am loving it so far. And just to give a real glimpse into the time period, they often describe it's still horse-drawn carriages, but they are implementing electric lights. And so it's around that industrial time period in New York,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which I'm all for.
Oh
I love
yes.
that time period.
It's like the
But
Vic. It's like the middle of the Victorian, late Victorian era, which is always
Mm-hmm.
fun. Like think Downton
yes.
Abbey time period. If anyone has seen that show.
I have not, but I'm going to take your word for it.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It has the oh my gosh, her name escapes me, but she's the woman who plays McGonagall from the Harry Potter movies as like
Ah,
the dowager duchess.
okay.
I never actually finished the show, but like the first 3 to 4 seasons are really
Mm.
interesting.
Hmm.
That might be something I'll go back and watch and actually finish. Anyway, but
Maybe we
I
can.
really like the character of Kate. I look forward to plopping her down in prim and proper England and her just tearing things up.
Oh, she's
Oh
savage.
yes, I'm loving the characters.
Oh my
Kate
gosh.
reminds me of both you and me, Countess. Just not prim and proper ladies. We speak our minds and we think and contemplate the world around us.
I love like in the first chapter, it's like she's very astute and very calculating. It's like she sees a strange man tailing her, and what's the best way to deal with him? Wait for him right in front of a police station.
It's like, come at me, bro.
And then surprise him, just being like, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm. It's like,
Whose uncle is also the what is it, the head of the police station, or
The
mm,
lieutenant, I believe. Uh,
in other words, she's very well known in the police station. So
Detective Sergeant.
detective sergeant. I'm guessing that's just like a well, like the sergeant is kind of in charge of a station, I think.
Hmm.
But like he's not like running. He's not like the chief of police, but he is like one of the higher ups in the actual office when it comes to a police station.
I loved how
so
she was like, I loved how she's like, Yeah, I know he's not here. He's at home having dinner, but at least his colleagues are in there.
Oh yeah, apparently she's at
Exactly.
least knows the schedule of the police department well enough, and she probably knows the other, like her uncle's coworkers, to the aspect of like if she starts like yelling for them, they'll probably come running.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
she knew
Yeah,
who
it's
the
like
knight and who was like basically in charge at night.
yeah. What just crossed my mind about all that? So she would basically be the Barbara Gordon to Jim Gordon's police department.
Probably, yeah.
Potentially. So a little bit about Kate. She is a writer. She writes penny dreadfuls, basically what they're called. Basically,
Good
they're like
heavens.
yeah, they are printed. For those who don't know, they're basically kind of like they're little short stories. At least the chapters are printed in newspapers. And isn't that what Sweeney Todd was originally? Kind of like
Um,
a printed in a magazine that was weekly.
well, like I know that it was very common back in the day to have your work basically novels were serialized originally in like designated journals and magazines. Like I think a lot of short stories that H.P. Lovecraft wrote were actually originally in these kind of uh, magazines and journals and uh, weekly or monthly uh, newspaper like things. Like it was like a common practice at the time. And like if a story
Mhm.
got really really popular, it might get its own individual publishing
Right.
later on. So like everything's like combined, but like because it's like you don't know if people are going to be wanting to read the entire thing, and publishing a book can be expensive, especially back in that day. Because self-publishing
Oh
wasn't a
yeah.
thing. This was the closest thing to self-publishing you got.
Yeah, and like she was paid $225, and I changed that to today's money. So I think I did 1894 was what the year I went with, and that was about $8,500.
That's not bad for a one time publishing. Well, like that, she actually published her entire story, so it's probably a little bit longer than just like a chapter.
Well, she did say that was payment either two of two or one of two.
Well,
So that
like,
was half of
well,
of something. Now I don't know how much work she put into it,
she
but
said it was her second story, which was a sequel to her first story, because like she's written two stories for this particular publication. So
mhm.
I'm thinking it was probably a little bit longer. It's probably basically a Nutella.
Right.
What? Why did I say Nutella? I meant novella. Novella is the correct word.
Nutella's a spread.
Nutella is a spread. A short novel is a novella.
Mhm.
I know how to English. I promise.
Oh Lord. Reminds me of that meme of like different countries mastering their own mastering several languages and we can't even master our own.
Hmm.
What are you talking about? Other countries can't master English either.
No,
I've heard some of
I'm
them. It's
no,
pitiful.
I'm talking no, I mean I'm talking about like their like dual language or whatever in their native language and
Oh, people who are
we can't even
bilingual
master
who can speak in multiple languages, and we can barely stumble through our first one.
exactly.
I promise I can speak English. It's not my native tongue. Gibberish is my native tongue.
Pig Latin is mine.
Ah.
I got what you talking about? I got an education in English. Uh,
We are all well
So
read people, I promise. We're in a book club. Gosh darn it.
so we
uh,
find the man who was following dear Kate is a inspector,
For
and so
the
that
Pinkertons.
that piqued her interest, though he was kind of so surprised at her accosting him with her questions that he pretty much said, "Come tomorrow at 10 o'clock," and then walks away.
Yeah.
So
He was just like, reading, I was not expecting to get a change of POV, in all honesty, when we hit chapter 3.
yep, that's going to happen a lot.
No, noted. I thought we was going to be with Kate for most of it, but I was just like, okay, we're just going to randomly switch to the point of view of this Pinkerton detective. And call back to another one of our previous books. Wasn't one of the passengers on the Orient Express a Pinkerton detective? Or am I losing my mind?
I know he was a detective from New York. I'm not sure if he was specifically a Pinkerton.
I don't have my book on me, so I can't check.
One thing I was wanted to mention was that I do like how they were saying that Kate's was, I'm trying to think of the right word, trying to draw inspiration from like other authors, including Doyle with Sherlock Holmes, which said they say that Kate was not too impressed by Sherlock Holmes, and well, any of them really.
Yeah. And like, I haven't read any of the Sherlock Holmes books, but like, spoiler alert, is that actually how the Sherlock Holmes series ends?
It
I
did. It
He
Yeah,
went
did.
he went over a cliff. Really?
Yes. With Moriarty as well. They
yeah.
both died.
Now
They were kind of like Harry Potter and Voldemort. They went off to die together, but there was such an outrage of that he was brought back. So
Oh my gosh. The guy got so tired of writing Sherlock Holmes, he killed off the main character. And
and,
then
and it,
fan rage happened.
pretty much he was bullied into continually writing Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You remember the second Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the ending is loosely based off of that.
Oh. Oh.
Loosely,
Light bulb
but
moment. Okay. But like
but
I did like that she because they mentioned that she doesn't really like writing the Penny Dreadfuls. She would have probably preferred more, I guess the nowadays term would have been slice of life romance.
Hmm.
But horror sells apparently, and sensationalism does as well. So she writes the Penny Dreadfuls.
It sounds so similar to today.
I know,
yeah.
sex sells. Like, there's a reason why Fairy Smut is one of the top ranking books for women our age.
I mean, here, and this is it perfectly. It can be perfectly applied to today. Morals, my dear Miss Ardelais, do not sell. The public wants sensation, exotic murder, and its detection made an excellent story. Try your hand at something like that, and we shall be glad to look at it. Her writing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like maybe just sex, but also just drama.
The
You know,
drama, the
yeah,
suspense,
drama.
the spine-tilling terror.
Yeah, it's just it all. I mean, not even that. Just like the
Suspense, the
yeah.
thrill.
Yeah, it's like cozy books are a niche, even nowadays. It's like
Yeah.
It's like, what are the big games nowadays? Adventures, suspense, horror. Cozy gaming is a very small niche demographic.
Yep, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, although there are some out there that are pretty good, it's just you gotta freaking dig for them. There's a reason why I follow several specific YouTube and or Instagram accounts just for cozy gaming.
Yeah, it's like I will admit it's like I do lean more toward the more action-oriented games because I do get bored fairly easily with solely slice of life, but I do like I do occasionally like to go into those kind of games just to chill and relax.
Chill and relax. Yes. But like I liked that they specifically had her researching other people who do that. And like I forget who said this quote, but a author who doesn't read is going to be a very stale read of their work, cuz like an author who doesn't read is like a chef who doesn't eat his own or like cook. Is like I don't know. Like authors are usually better when they read and they expand their horizons through other people's work.
I mean, Countess, you and I are artists. We look to other artists all the time to get inspiration, to see other styles, to see how other drawing techniques work. And if we're interested, we apply it to how we draw to improve ourselves.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
perfect example today, like I have a script that I have in the works to well I'm planning to like work on this one script that I found I think is really cute, and the character I drew some heavy inspiration from, have y'all seen the movie Strange Magic?
Sounds
Uh,
familiar.
It's the Lucas film about the fairies.
I've I've heard of it. I've heard of it. Yes.
Okay, so one of the, like there's two sister fairies in there. There's the brunette one and then the her sister Dawn, which is the one who gets captured. I heavily was inspired of like the fairy character that I'm making. I heavily was inspired by Dawn, which is the name of the blonde fairy that gets captured when I was designing that character. But yeah.
Well, and also it's also a good way of researching because she probably looked at other successful writers who are doing the exact same thing she's doing. And she's like, I love how intelligent she is. She's like, okay, I don't want to write this forever, but it's making me money right now, and I need to make money to get the because she's writing all by hand for those listening, and she wants a typewriter, and but that costs money, and so she's like, I'm going to write these because they make money, so I can get a typewriter and type more every day to write even more, to write more books, to make more money. And
Yeah.
so she's willing to do what she's not exactly enjoying. She's willing to sacrifice that, for the sake of being successful in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And so
So
it's like I appreciate how almost business oriented she is. She's got a good head on her shoulders.
she does.
oh yeah, a very good head. It's like even from like the first chapter with how she handles herself with the bowler hat guy, and then in chapter 3 when just like asking all the questions that are trying to figure out just as much as she can from Bishop's Keep. It's like, yeah, she's got a very good head on her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's like
But
I look
yes, the next
forward to
morning,
her.
yeah. So the next morning, she goes to the detective's place, and she learns that she, through her father, has an aunt living in Bishop's Keep. Let's see, of Bishop's Keep, Essex, England, which I've looked it up. This the town that this place is in. I'm trying to figure out where he says it. Dedham. Dedham is an actual place.
Mm-hmm.
It is north. It is northeast of London, so it is a real place.
It's like
It looks very pretty.
I'm sure it looks very pretty.
Okay.
Mr. Kellerman, the detective Kellerman, I was giggling at his very off misconceptions of Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, okay,
Oh yeah.
because, like, he has a very time period mindset of a woman unmarried of her age, which is only, like, what, 25? Maybe less.
Yeah,
Yep.
25.
And I'm sitting here and I was giggling at this. Uh, the young woman who entered took the chair on the other side of the desk, was, according to the information he had gathered, an orphan raised by her mother's family, at present unemployed and a spinster. What's more, she was likely to remain so, in Mr. Kellerman's opinion, because she is already nearing the end of her 25th year. And I'm sitting here, having just been married at 32, laughing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I was a spinster. I would have been a spinster at this time period, in this time period, and everyone would have been bemoaning my fate of singleness. Joke's on you!
Yeah, there's a lot of that opinion of women in the series, but it's honestly it's done in a very humorous light, and so
Yeah.
it's fun.
It's like, it's funny because, like, his preconceptions of her are incorrect. Because he, like, assumes that when she was going to the publishing house, that she was trying to get secretarial work there. And not just picking up payment from her last job with them.
Yeah, not doing secretary work, picking up money then for a project that actually was doing really well.
Yeah, it's like what was it, $8,500 for
Hmm.
one publication? That ain't something to sneeze at.
I mean,
Yeah.
she said that would pay her rent and allow her, and she could live off of that to where she would write for her to finish her next book.
Comfortably, she said.
Hmm.
Could support her for several months comfortably.
Hmm.
Mind you, she was renting a room at the time, but everyone rented a room at that time, and people did not have all the crap we have nowadays that fills an apartment.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like sitting here, it's like giggling at like this man's who thinks he's so smart, but also the fact that he got shown up, and so his preconceived notions are twinged toward negativity because he's a little pissed that he was called out so easily. He's like, well, she might have saw me, but I was following her for like a week prior to that before I was called on. I was like, as far as you know.
Yeah, it's like he was talking about like how he thought that he had gathered information that she didn't know that he knew, and it's like, are you sure about that? It's like she might have just not brought up because she didn't think it pointed to do so. But yeah, I'm loving the dynamic between these two already.
Yeah. Although I have a question concerning Kate's willingness to jump headfirst into adventure, I guess, because she proposes several valid questions concerning this random offer of employment from this aunt she did not know existed in a country several across the ocean. How much is the pay? I don't know. What would you consider generous pay? I don't know. What's this person like? I don't know. What does the job entail besides just companionship? I don't know. These are all questions that I would want answered before I travel several thousand miles, but Kate's just like, sure, I'll go.
I mean, she's a writer, and she kind of does explain her. I think she explains herself a little later, just being like, Bishops Keep, a perfect place for inspiration.
Like, I'm sure it
So
would
she
be
kind
very inspiring, but like, seriously.
I
It's
mean, she's that headstrong of a woman.
I know, but like, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, because like, I might be a little too practical and also thinking a little bit too much about how much time I'll be wasting of if this doesn't work out, because this is set in a time period before air travel. She's going to be on a boat for how long to get to England?
A couple of weeks minimally.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's one way.
I think what gave her comfort was the fact that if it didn't work out, she would be returned home.
with pay, yeah.
with the
Yeah,
pay. So, so it wouldn't have been, she wouldn't have been completely, at least according to the detective who was in contact with the lawyers of the aunt. She wouldn't be taken advantage of, and if it didn't work out, she would be returned home and not just abandoned in England.
Yeah.
So would provide me some comfort,
Yeah. And also this is a time period where the time period you are at a very much the higher, what's the word I'm trying to say? What am I trying to say here? We were at a higher trust level of society. Like
true. It's like
nowadays, some random person says, "Hey, I'm your distant cousin and I want to offer you this position in such and such country and I will pay your way to and fro." And I don't know jack shit else nowadays. That ain't happening.
nope.
I don't trust some random person. That is the equivalent of the Nigerian prince scam. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. No, thank you. I do not want to be trafficked. I do not.
At that point, I would say, Zoom call, please.
With camera on. And
Yeah,
I
turn
will
the
be
camera
checking
on.
for AI. Because kindly, what you can do with a video camera and a little bit of programming is kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Because do you want to get trafficked? Because that's how you get trafficked.
Yeah, and it's like I don't trust most of my family members nowadays. It's like much less some stranger claiming to be a family member
That I have
I don't
heard
know about.
no recollection or been introduced to.
Well, I will spoil this for y'all. Her aunt is real.
Yay. Because only in a book.
Due to the rest of the book, she does not die over there.
The fact that we have so much, like 3 books total of this.
Oh, more. There's more.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
Yay.
Countess, I love that. Yay.
Like that Ice Age meme. It's like, wait, did you die? Sadly, yes, but I lived.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this.
I will also say it's like the private detective. I keep on forgetting his name. But I do remember like at the end of the 3rd chapter, he was bemoaning like why would she go ahead and take this position, and then he's like, you know what? It has nothing to do with me. I'm probably never gonna deal with this again. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that he deals with this, or like he's in for this kind of ride, or in for the ride.
I'll let you think that.
Okay.
I love how it ends as saying how the aunt is the one buying the pig in the poke. It's like, oh,
yeah,
what a way to end it.
Yeah, because his opinion of Kate is so low because she is not what one would call feminine.
a proper woman.
A proper woman. It's like she is very rigid. According to him, rigid and straightforward, I guess.
Let's see. Strong face, a resolute mouth, heavy brows, and a decisive chin. This is kind of to give a visual for you because, she doesn't dress very feminine as well. She has intense hazel green eyes. She has gingery freckles, and she wears no makeup whatsoever, or as the book says, no trace of paint. Let's see. She has thick auburn hair that's highlighted with some russet, which is like a light rust color. That's kind of frumpy. It basically always does what it wants. As the book explains, it escaped from the combs meant to subjugate it. And she has a white collar and a sturdy brown wool suit with plain brown buttons, lacking any feminine decoration except for a bit of cream lace at her wrists and her throat. So she's a very practical looking woman, no makeup, her hair's messy. So
She's a red-haired,
compared,
green-eyed Irish woman.
yeah, she's Irish and, oh gosh,
English.
yeah, Irish and English, which is according to the Brits in the high society, a horrid mix.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, she was raised in America.
She's an
So,
American Irish.
yes, a horrid mix. So,
Question for y'all. Would you consider her like a type of tomboy in that time period?
Oh yes.
Like not the country. Yeah, it's like I'm not thinking like the country type, but like the the city type tomboy.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if on rare occasions, if she's like doing research in the field and she wants to go incognito, I wouldn't be surprised if she wore breeches. The scandal of it all.
you say that.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be eating those words later. By the ominous chuckle of Grumpy.
But yeah, I would say, knowing what I know, because I've read to book 3, she's willing to get fancy if it requires it. But on her own, she likes to be practical and comfortable.
I like this woman.
I do too.
She does remind me, at least, she does remind me a lot of me. I can get fancy if I need to, but I am a shorts and a baggy t-shirt with my hair thrown up in a hair clip, and that's it.
Oh yeah, hairs in a ponytail. It's soon if I want to get home and I want to get comfy, pajama pants and oversized t-shirts. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Hence why I started VTubing, because I'm just like, I want to take a shower when I get home. I want to put on the comfiest clothes, and I don't want to look presentable to other humans. So VTuber model it is.
Yep.
Because she's always looking pretty in a dress.
Mm-hmm. So near the end, basically, the detective says, "Do you accept?" And she replies with one word, because she determines to have her message be as uninformative as the message she received. So she said in one simple word, "Yes."
Yes.
And that is where we end, with her saying yes.
And the detective wondering, should I warn either one of these parties about the other? It's not my problem. I'm going on my way.
Yeah.
So he thinks.
After all, is Miss Sabrina Ardelay, who's buying a pig and a poke.
Okay, so for the next bit, and from just what I've read, this is going to be a much easier read than Tolkien. So, how many chapters do we want to, how many pages do we want to dive into for this next week?
Well, hang on. Let's see. Charles. Let's see.
I did notice that it has like 54 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
It does, yes.
So I didn't know if you wanted like divide it up into like either 10 chapters, 5 chapters.
Well, I went ahead and just like looked. It's like 10 chapters out, so chapters 4 through 13 is just over 50 pages. Do we want more? Do we want less? Does that sound good?
Let's go at a more leisurely pace. Maybe. Okay. Hang on, let me see. I'm trying to get what's a good place to stop? Because like up next is him, so we need that chapter then. That's her there. So that's 7. I don't know, because they are kind of short in their own right.
It's like 50 pages, I think, in this would be obviously nowhere near 50 pages in Tolkien.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want us to read so much that we run out of time to talk about everything.
Touche.
That is the one thing I'm a little concerned about because there's a lot. This is a fun book to talk about.
Okay.
So I would say, okay. So chapter 4, not spoiling too much, is an introduction of a new character. We need that. Chapter 5 is more talking of him. So we need that. I would say maybe read up to maybe what's this? Maybe read up to chapter 9, I guess.
Okay, so 4 through 9,
that is when Kate arrives at Bishop's Keep at the end of chapter 8.
Okay, so we'll get to that, and that is about 35 pages. Okay.
Reasonable for me. I like that.
Okay, wonderful.
All right.
Okay. So, any other questions, comments, or concerns before we wrap up this evening?
I'm excited.
I am too. I'm enjoying this.
So am I.
I might have the issue of wanting to read ahead.
No. Thou shalt not.
Okay. 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 Thank you all for joining us this evening. As we just said, we're going to be continuing our discussions, chapters 4 through 8, and stopping at the beginning of chapter 9. If y'all would like to read along with us, you're more than welcome. Please support your local libraries and or secondhand bookstores. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.